I always thought that I was going to do it, and I never let go of that. You know, like I always thought, I'm going to do this, and no one's going to stop me.
I remember how it started, back at the end of May. It was such a lovely day. I was in a small cafe.
My story. Okay, so born in Leicester, born and raised in Leicester. I've always been one of those really creative kids. I was always dancing, singing, acting, making up little plays for all of my family and just doing like loads of wild stuff.
I mean, we were a very chaotic family, you know, full on. Every day we're up to something.
She had brothers, so she behaved like the boys. She would watch us play. She'd listen to me sing and her dad sing. There was always songwriting going on, always music, so it was very seamless. She just did it.
Yeah, there was one time when I just crouched down on the stairs. I've been running up and down, and I thought, that music I've been listening to isn't music, it's Mahalia. And it was, and that was when I knew that even then you know when you have them massive thoughts in a millisecond, I knew that if everything could fall in the right way, then she had something to give, you know.
So when I was 7, I started training with Ace Dance Music, which is in a dance company in Birmingham that basically focuses on a fusion of African and contemporary style.
What is compromising? Compromising for what? Compromising for what reason?
I'd do class from like 6 till 8. I'd say 6 till 8, it was always like finish at like 9. So she'd drive me from Leicester to Birmingham, which is like an hour, but in total it's like a 2.5 hour round trip. And we'd come up here every week. So I really got to know this part of Birmingham. And so with Ace, we'd have to leave the studio in our like dance gear and our trainers. We'd run from there all the way around here, come all the way out, go all the way around the block, which is like a 10-minute jog, and then go again, and then go again, and then we get back, and then you go straight into rehearsal.
Oh man, look at you.
I'm a little minute. Oh my God.
I've known Mahalia since she was 7. Yeah, it was amazing for them to be able to just travel from Leicester to Birmingham every Thursday. Mahalia was slightly, she was quiet, but she was really, she knew what she wanted as well, and always hardworking. Very, very, very creative as well. One day we kind of like came up with this idea about, we wanted to find out more about them and what they feel their talents were and things like that. So we said we're going to put on this show, which was like a talent event and stuff, and a bit of a fundraiser. And Mahalia came with her guitar, and she came and she actually sang a song. And that was really one of the first times that we kind of seen that there was this other talent that she had, this hidden gem that was just there.
Oh, she always had talent from the first day I saw her. Because I'm a musician, I can spot that she had something different. She was a talented dancer, still think she could be an amazing dancer, but we saw the talent, we saw the music in her. Today is like the greatest thing ever. Seeing her coming into the building, some of the young kids downstairs been looking at her photo on the wall. These kids, they really, really look up to Mahalia. And what Mahalia has achieved and what she's bringing back to this space is going to keep inspiring them forever.
Yeah, yes, you just do this last little bit. Do you want to come in?
Hello. Oh my God, we're nearly there. Oh. And it was always like here. I suppose it's weird because I don't even know if my memories here were necessarily like great. Because I just used to come here and like write things down, or like I just sometimes have a really, really, really bad day and then come here. No one used to bother me here. And like every day, like clockwork. And then I'd walk back out and go onto Broad Street and I'd wait for the bus and go home. I went to a kind of good school in Leicester, but my music teacher was amazing. His name was Mr. Hill. And he basically, all through school, pushed me to do well. Like, he was always backing me, always supporting me, always making sure that I was, you know, going to my guitar lessons and practicing my piano and doing everything that I should be doing.
She came in all guns blazing to Mahalia. We knew what to expect with Mahalia. Her mum warned us and said that she's going to be a little firecracker, and she certainly was. She was a really studious student, and she was a really pleasant one as well. She worked really hard. She was really socially mature. She got on with everybody as well. She was a pleasure to teach. She's moulded the way in which I encourage the kids since she's left, in a way, because she was that pinnacle really of where she's got to from the type of student that she was. And she is that perfect role model, that perfect inspiration to our kids.
Now when I was 12 or maybe closer to 13, I started busking, I was doing open mics, I was going out a lot, and I was playing my songs to people. I started to get a little bit of a buzz happening.
6-7 years ago, I knew James and Deb, Mahalia's mum and dad, and they were looking for a place for Mahalia to start performing on stage, practice her new material. And then from that point, we started doing monthly shows, which were called Mahalia Presents. And then she'd play at the Cookie every month for 2 years, inviting guests that were signed to the same label. And we started off as this small shows with like 30 people sat around tables and chairs to then selling the shows out every month.
Then I met a songwriter called Amy Wadge, who's still to this day like an auntie. I was writing songs with her. She'd happened to have written with Ed Sheeran, and at the time I was a huge fan of him. She took me to meet him at a show in Wolverhampton. I spoke to him for a little bit. I was really nervous, so it was hard. But he basically tweeted about me, and then I signed to Asylum Atlantic. I even remember going into school and being like, I just signed a record deal. I was too young and way too naive to really understand what I'd just done.
She obviously was really young. She had a big family and the family very involved. She had a manager, so we'd have these like big dinners, but in like Pizza Express, and then we'd go bowling, and it was like very unusual because of her age, but really fun actually. It
was absolutely wild. I'd signed a record deal and I was a kid. I was literally a kid kind of stepping into an adult world, so it was weird for me.